everybody. This is Tippy.
And this is Joe.
And you're listening to The Tippy Joe Show, sponsored by BetterHelp.com/The Barn.
If it's all right, I want to kick it with you all night, all night. Have a good time. Ain't got to worry because it's all right, it's all right.
Sit around. Gonna sit around and bullshit and talk about all the things you were up to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, first of all, everybody, welcome Joshua Eli.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's great.
Actually, pretty good.
Good to hear. So, you have been playing local music
I have.
for a minute now. I don't know exactly quite how long. So, let's talk a little bit about that. How long you been in the local music scene?
Actually, it just started. I think my buddy Mike Gillum, MG, he was, we found the underground. Well, he found the underground. He brought me over to it. This was probably, I want to say, back in October. Mm-hmm. Never really played or nothing there. I don't think I ever played there. I did a couple karaoke, nights because that's when we would land over there. Then, there was this open mic night. We pulled in there one day. It's probably back in it's probably late November, ish. And it was an open mic night when we got there at that time. I just finished writing a song on the way there, and he had me get up there on the stage the first time. So probably late October. That was the first time I actually started doing it. So I'm probably maybe 8 months in.
Really?
Yeah.
If that's the first time you played in front of people?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long you been playing the guitar?
Oh shoot! I started doing that back when I was 16. I started fooling around with it.
So that's when it really started.
Yeah, that's when it really started. Yeah, as far as local wise, no, that just started. But as far as the music goes, there's a lot of music history, in my family. I started playing around with it when I was around 15, 16. My dad played, he picked the guitar, worked on cars. Him and my mom would go out and sing and play and stuff, they'd be in events and, places. Us as kids, we'd sit there and we'd watch them. We'd be right in front, the whole time. Did a lot of duets and stuff like that, man. It was super cool. So that's where all that inspiration to learn how to play came from. But I've got both sides of my family. My dad, he was a player. My grandpa, he was a player. They were both Hank Williams Sr. fans.
Nice.
Did a lot of that picking. Actually found a cassette tape, and it's got my grandpa actually singing. I never met him. I was born after he had passed, but yeah. And then on my mom's side, there's a lot of best out there. We used to have family reunions. We would it'd be like just a big old shindig,
Yeah.
all just a bunch of musicians out there growing up.
Oh,
as
that's
kids.
awesome. Like a big jam session.
Yeah, it was like a big jam session.
Family jam.
Yeah, we've done it a couple of different places, but yeah. Well, and actually, me and a cousin of mine, we've talked about that because it's been like about 30 years. Since everybody's gotten together, so we're planning one for this year in September.
Nice. That'd be cool.
great.
Do this whole family shindig again. So yeah, that'd be super cool. Yeah. Well, my grandma, my mom's mom, she used to pick and play with Porter Wagner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It
So your
happens.
whole family's into music. So do you got cousins that play now, or
No.
as far as your generation, are you one of the few or a lot?
I am one of the few out of my generation. There's not a whole lot that actually really played in my generations, but I've got other cousins. They're like second cousins or whatever. The other generation, they still play. Mm-hmm. But we've got I got a couple got a nephew and a niece. They're learning to play, so there's some newcomers.
Nice.
Maybe you're bringing
Yeah.
inspiration for the
Right.
next generation to be like,
I've run into a lot of kids. I've ran into quite a few of them along the way that want to learn how to play. I teach them a little bit and just carry away and just rock and roll with it.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
I mean, it's fair enough. And then I'm meeting all kinds of different people to play around with now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, this is a whole different world. It's kind of cool.
That's what I think is so neat about the underground is
Right.
it brought so many people together.
Oh, it sure did. The underground is actually wonderful, man. It brought a lot of people together. There's a lot of collaboration, and every musician and band out there, everybody supports everybody. That is just so super cool. It's a good growing spot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
For sure.
the band Real Noise. So that's where we all met down there.
Yeah.
You know, and
We all met you down
we
there.
all met down there, right?
Yeah.
This is how we
Yeah.
got here today.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, you know, this is why we're sitting here doing this.
Yeah.
You know, makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it, dude. It's a badass spot.
Oh yeah,
you know?
it's cool because I feel like almost all of our closest friends came from
Yeah.
meeting at the underground,
Meeting
like
at
our
the
whole
underground.
circle now.
Well, it's one of the top places for everybody to get to participate and play music, to
Right.
even let it be known to even them that, hey, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Everywhere else is like, oh, I want to know you can already sing. Send me some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely fair. Yeah, and
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
lot of younger
Just
kids that
opportunity.
are coming in there and playing and starting bands, and
Oh,
gives them
yeah.
a place to play and perform, you know, and you know, get into that group.
And that
It's-
is so cool to see.
it's-
I
it
love
is.
seeing
I
the
love
younger
that. Yes, I
generation
do.
getting
Yeah.
into music like that. It is just
Yeah,
so
yeah,
neat.
sure.
All these bands. We recently had
Raised on
Raised on
radio.
Radio on.
Last episode.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
kids are phenomenal. They are
So
great.
talented.
Very great.
Super
I watched
awesome
that
for them.
episode. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It's neat to see everybody. It's cool because, like, being around it, it's made us want to, like, pick up instruments and start, like, messing
Not me.
around.
Noticed
Not me,
that.
though. Not
I've
me.
been watching you
Yeah.
guys. You know, you're really catching up on that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
she's
I'm
getting-
trying.
I didn't realize you could pick and sing like that.
I
I'm like,
can't.
I'm kind of
No,
digging
that's
it.
the only-
He doesn't give himself enough
I'm
credit,
just-
honestly.
Everybody's got their own opinions.
Yeah, I
pretty
appreciate
good.
it, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
She's gonna start your little band, man.
Yeah.
Get something-
That's what we
get
already
something
have a
going on.
band. It's called Sister Ricky and the Thickets. So
Ricky and the Thickets. That's great.
Yeah, it's just a good time. I feel like it's really cool because everybody there, like you were saying, everybody gets to participate, and it just has brought so many people together, and it's a cool
Yes.
place, and everybody is so supportive.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Very
It's
true.
a big community gathering, you know, thing. That's what makes it so cool. Yeah,
hey, you had said that you were writing a song on the way to there.
to the underground.
Is that the song you sang on stage, the one you just finished?
No, that's a different one.
Oh,
I've got quite a
gotcha.
few.
I was gonna say how wild. Like I could, like
I
I
have
wouldn't be able to
sang it.
retain it.
Yeah, I have sang it down there multiple
Okay.
times. Yeah, and Gabe, he's played that song along with me a lot too.
Oh, nice.
Ever since I started.
I think
playing
I know
down
what
at
it
the
is.
Underground. Yeah, it's the song "The Little Things."
Ah, gotcha. That's a good one. Yeah, I've heard
the
that a
one-
couple of times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've played it a few times down there. The one that I just finished writing, that one's called "Hangman's News."
That's a good one too. Great one.
You've heard that one too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were down at
Oh, yes, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that bonfire down there at Christy and Bobby's.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
That's
also
good
down, you played at Dog Days,
played at Dog Days.
and then you also played at the Rehab.
Played
Summer
at
Jam.
Rehab.
Yeah,
It
so you're
was
playing
Buster
down there all
Yeah.
kinds. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you've
cool.
been doing a lot. What you got coming up here?
Nothing.
You're working on some
He's
stuff.
like, catch me at the underground. I'll be there.
We have a show coming up Saturday, Real Noise. You know, I'm
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
part of the Real Noise band. So we have a show coming up this Saturday at 7. We got a couple of them opening for us. So that's probably the next upcoming thing. And then the live session down there at the Underground.
Yeah.
So far,
Streaming
With our
live
bud
on
Kyle
Saturday.
Lindsay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Saturday, right?
Sunday.
Sundays.
Sunday.
Sundays.
yeah, that'd be
Yes.
And then I guess whatever aspires after that.
cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll find something, huh?
Feel it out.
Yeah.
Play as you go.
So, how long have you been writing your own music?
Oh man, I've been writing my own music for quite some time. That was kind of my getaway thing. So it was, I started off like writing poems and stuff when I was a kid, and then,
Oh,
you know,
nice.
and then I got into like writing little small stories and all that good stuff. And then once I started learning how to play the guitar, then man, it was downhill. I just make it up as I go. I've forgotten more than I wrote. I'm telling you what, that's kind of what it seems like. But yeah, that's my go-to spot. I like to write. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yep, that's fun stuff.
What, like whenever you're writing a song, like where do you get your inspiration from? Just literally anywhere, or
Well,
is it more emotion based?
It's all emotion based. It's things that you know that you see or that you're going through, that you're dealing with. You know, like all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it could be somebody else's story. You know, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of involvement in there. That's why music is more like, well, for me, music is more like therapy, because you know you can everything that you don't and you won't talk about. you can put it in a different format in a song, and just sing it out, and everybody's going to decipher that story for however they interpret it.
Right. So yeah, that's awesome.
And you still get to get out and say what it is that you think and you're feeling or whatnot.
Yeah.
So say it without saying it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Get past that emotion and be able to move on.
Yeah, music is definitely a lifesaver.
Yes, it is.
Especially when it comes to mental health. I mean,
Yes,
there's
yes.
nothing better you can do for yourself than
No, there's not.
either listen to music or create music.
Right. Yeah.
True story.
It is one of the greatest therapeutic things. Sure is.
True.
So how long have you been with Real Noise now? How long have you guys been together?
Well, we just started, I'd probably say this was back in November, December. We just started hanging out down there and, just having like little jam sessions and stuff, just a group of friends or whatever. And then it just turned into, it was starting to sound cool, and, well, turned it into a band and started playing.
He was like, oops, we made a band.
Yeah. Oops, we made a band. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. At first, when we first started jamming around in the backyard and stuff, we got this we got this nickname, and they call us the Backyardigans.
The Backyard.
We was
love
hoping that was not going to stick. It was funny.
Funny.
Yeah, I didn't even know what the Backyardigans were.
You did
Sing
it.
the theme song right now.
I'm like, oh, no, that can't stick, guys.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, I wasn't interpreting it that way, but no, that can't stick. I was hoping that wasn't going to stick. It didn't. Then we came up with this Real Noise. So,
Is there another meaning to Backyardigans that I don't know about?
well, people hanging out in the backyard again, doing all this.
Okay, all
Get it,
right.
you know?
Yeah. Okay, I get you. You thought it was a play on words, and it just so happened to be a cartoon.
I see Backyardigans, the
Right.
TV show.
Oh yeah, I had kids that age.
Yeah.
We watched the Backyard.
It was the
all
best
the
one on
time.
TV to watch.
I loved it. Yeah. You guys come out little penguin costume, a moose. They got the whole theme.
Yeah, I had to look it up and figure out what it was. I'm going, oh, that's a cartoon.
Yeah, but it was a musical
Yeah.
cartoon, so it works
It
out.
was so fun.
That's
I
great.
sing. So there's a song I walk around. I sing to the kids that please and thank you. That's the secret of the Nile. That's from the Backyard again. I sing that like at least once a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had no idea what that was.
that's funny.
I was happy when the Real Noise, name came about. I'm like, okay, yeah, rock on. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
He's like, that's way more rock and roll.
Right. Hey, I think I could go with that now. Okay. Don't need an animal costume to get on stage. We're good.
So we get a lot of musicians on who play multiple instruments. You just mainly stick to the guitar, or you got multiples?
Mainly just stick to guitar. That's really the only thing I really, buckled down and learned how to play, because, well, it was like the writing part, that was my go-to thing. Before I was, ever tried to sing or any of that stuff, I just held the guitar and feel and play, and I'd just be stuck there for hours, man.
Nice.
Exhausting all those little emotions that you have in, all that good stuff, and feel better, and then rock and roll. Yeah.
Nice.
I just kind of got stuck in it. And I got a guitar that, when I started playing when I was 16, I got the guitar from my dad, but he told me he'd give me his guitar if I learned how to play, because he really didn't think I was going to be serious about it. So, well, I took that old blue electric guitar that I couldn't hear and just learned how to play it and watch him and stuff, and then learned a little lick, and I played it, and oh man, he went ahead and gave me that guitar anyway. He really didn't want to, because he did not have another one. But he gave me that guitar and went and bought him another one, and boy, it was on from there. I drug that guitar around with me everywhere I went. Went from 16 to well, I still got it. It's in the closet. It's really not much playable anymore, but
Yeah.
Still a treasure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was wherever I went, it went, kind of thing.
Like a security blanket,
Yes, it
but
was.
guitar.
Yes, it actually.
That was your emotional
Way
support
cooler
guitar.
than a security
Way
blanket.
cooler than a security blanket, man. Okay, this one actually looks cocaine. It's cool. Nobody really know. They just think I'm trying to act cool. Or something.
Yeah.
Carrying around a guitar.
That's the thing. A lot of guys guys ruined that for people, huh?
Well, just in case, be prepared. At least learn how to play one little lick, okay?
Yeah, that's what I did, honestly. So I learned to play just enough that people recognized the song. And I was like, you know what that song is, right? And they're like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. On to the next.
On to the next. On to the next. There's this little piece in the song I really like. Turns out, hey, I can figure out how to play it.
Exactly.
There's this piece. I'm like, no, that's it. I'm bored with that song. Let's play something else now.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Like-
Kyle likes to
yeah.
torture people with it because he will play them, and you'll be like, "What is that?" He'll be like, I don't know. That's what he kept doing. That's what he kept doing.
He does do that.
Yeah, it's very recognizable, but he's like, I don't know.
That's how I found it easy.
Yeah.
Just make it up as you go.
Yeah, that's the
Because
way.
you take that little lick and turn it into something else. Add another piece to it.
exactly.
Be like, hey, dude, I got my own little thing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
So we just went over to Brett's house the other day, and I got to jam for the first time, and it was really cool.
Dude, all we did was make shit up.
Yeah, that's all we did.
We knew, and then like,
It wasn't. made up.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, that's always a good time.
Yeah. It's funny because that was like the first time, because I've always, like I said, I got my first guitar whenever I was 8, so it was a similar story. So my grandpa played guitar, and like at all our family reunions, everybody would sit around and play guitar, and I would just sit there like, this is the coolest thing ever. Well, my grandpa broke his hand at work, and he couldn't play his guitar anymore.
Man.
And so he was like, I'm just going to sell this guitar. But my grandma was like, no, you're not. You're going to give that to Kyle because he loves that guitar. So I got that guitar, and I still have that guitar hanging on my wall this day. And so I got it, and I would just kind of mess around with it and never really learn anything. I would learn, like I said, just enough of the song that people recognize it.
Right.
But then kind of being around you guys and everybody that plays, and like Brett, and then like I said, you and Tom and everybody kind of down at the underground has really been like, man, I should really try to learn this thing.
Makes you want to push
So-
just a little further just to
Exactly,
be able to
yeah,
get
yeah.
to the end of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it's even cooler.
Yeah, so now I'm like, all right, I'm going all the way to the end.
Right.
So you guys have been a real inspiration to me.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. But see, you still got all of us
Yeah,
to help teach
exactly,
you to get
yeah.
further and where you're trying
Yeah.
to get to as well.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for my musical journey. So, and then Tiffany's learning her ukulele. She's getting
I
really good
am.
at
Get very fluent with that
Yeah.
ukulele.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
getting
I'm trying,
really good.
man.
Get very
It's-
fluent with it.
I'm like day 6 now, like official day. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll touch it and then I'll be like, no. So I don't think that counts as a learning day, but yeah, it's getting a little easier. It's definitely like I feel like my fingers are just stupid. My left hand, I've always said, if I ever lose an arm or something, I hope it's the left one because this bitch be useless anyway. She don't do nothing right. So like some chords when my fingers are just not wanting to go where they're supposed to go. So that's been a bit of a struggle, but I'm learning, I'm
Gotta train those
Catching
fingers.
on.
You're gonna do just
Yeah,
fine.
my dad used to make me do these goofy. I thought they were goofy, finger exercises. For my
for dexterity.
Yeah. Well, I used to thought they were silly, and I'd go try to play. He's like, you ain't been doing your finger exercises, have you? I'm like, no, you made me do all kinds of goofy stuff for coordination, and it actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually works. You
Nice.
find if you don't do it for a while and you try it, you're like, oh man, really? I didn't forget this. I just don't want to move like that.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen eventually,
It'll
I'm sure.
happen.
But it's fun right now. It's cool.
It's very fun.
It's definitely cool. And like Kyle said, I mean, the inspiration came from being around all these musical people. Like, I've had that ukulele for years. And every time I pick it up to learn it, I'll learn, like, I'm just so impatient, bro. Okay? So I, like, turn on a video and I'll be like, okay, as soon as I hit the chords, I'm like, yep, that's it. Sounds good. Let's move on to day 2. Like, I have no patience to retain anything. As soon as I get it, like, that's similar enough. Let's go. So, but now I'm like, let's get serious, okay? Like, I gotta actually learn it. So, patience now. Or at least trying to have patience.
It'll come.
Yeah.
A little at a time. The cooler it starts sounding to you, the more you'll get interested
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah. I feel that. You gonna start learning an instrument, babe?
I've been told that I should play the keyboard that's at my house rather than.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
That's right. You play keyboard? No.
No, I
No,
don't.
me. That's him asking me.
Yeah, I don't play the
I said
keyboard.
no. Why you got one in your house?
for you, my
Maybe
lady.
like she had her ukulele. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
We have a piano in our house too. Nobody knows
She
how to
can play it.
A little bit.
She plays it like I play guitar.
But the ukulele is mobile for her, easier
Yeah,
for her to be
true.
able to
yeah.
go perform.
Oh, yeah.
Could you
all
imagine
about the
singing "Let It Be"
ukulele. I think that thing's
while
cool.
playing your ukulele?
So I hear the Beatles are like extremely hard on the ukulele.
Like they don't like it?
I don't know.
They're just talking real shit on the ukulele.
They're like,
Paul McCartney right now
What
is
do you
like,
mean?
fuck that little guitar.
Like they go
Like it's
hard.
complicated.
It's a little mini.
complicated to play. Is
The
what I meant.
Beatles?
Yeah.
Frozen, girl, let it go. Not let.
Let it be, I thought you said. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Hey guys, it's Tippy here from the Tippy Joe Show, and I want to talk about mental health. You guys know that we are huge mental health advocates, and we are all about getting the help that you need. And one great way to do that is with BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp.com is the world's largest therapy network, and it is 100% online. And with over 30,000 licensed and experienced professionals, there is definitely somebody there that is going to suit your needs. It's so easy to get started. You just answer a couple of questions about your therapy needs, and they'll match you with a therapist that's right for you. But if for whatever reason that therapist isn't a good fit for you, you can switch to a new therapist, no problem. And BetterHelp makes it super easy to communicate with your therapist. You can text, you can call, you can video chat, whatever feels right to you, they're there waiting to listen. And the best part is you can get 10% off your first month's service by going to betterhelp.com/thebarn. That's betterhelp.com/THEBARN. Bye.
Looking to cultivate your own cannabis? Visit Main Street Grow Supply, your local one-stop shop for all things cultivation and more. Located at 101 West Main Street in Park Hills, Missouri, Main Street Grow Supply offers a wide range of top-quality products and expert advice to help you grow your best crop yet. Whether you're a seasoned grower or just starting out, their knowledgeable staff is there to guide you every step of the way. From premium soils to state-of-the-art grow lights, Main Street Grow Supply has everything you need to nurture your plants from seed to harvest. So why wait? Visit Main Street Grow Supply today at 101 West Main Street in Park Hills, Missouri, and let them help you grow with confidence. Main Street Grow Supply, cultivating community one plant at a time.
So is Real Noise your first band you've ever been in,
Real
or have you been in
Noise?
bands before?
Nope. Real Noise is the first band I've ever been in.
Nice.
First actual group that I've, actually sat and been able to get together and play with. And it
Yeah.
was first time for everything, right?
Dude, that's cool. That's like, it's
Yeah.
really cool because like
Right.
you've been playing. So how old are you?
I'm 44.
Okay, so you've been playing for some years and like just now getting together with
Right.
people and playing. That's really cool.
Yeah, I was that person, that I would just sit by myself and play.
Yeah.
And do my deals and write them or whatever, and you wouldn't catch me playing in front of nobody. I don't know. It was just a thing that I just didn't know how to get past. It
Yeah.
just wasn't. Yep. Nope. I just hide off to myself and play it. Go sit in the woods, play. Find a little rock and whatnot.
That's how you get famous
Shit,
now, sitting in the
backyard.
woods and playing.
That is so true. Better
Just
watch
film
out.
it and you're going to be famous.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen a few of them clips. I'm like, man, all these years I never known. Why couldn't we had phones with videos back in them days, man?
Yeah, you could have been.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
I think about that all the time. YouTube came out in 2004, man. We were right there. We could have easily started a YouTube channel then. I was of age to start a YouTube channel in 2004. Like, I was just graduating high school. Like, we could have a really cool YouTube channel now.
If only we had known.
If only we had known.
It happens.
So Saturday down at the Park Hills Underground
Yep.
show going on.
Saturday down at
Real
Park
Noise?
Hills Underground, Real Noise. I didn't read the flyer enough to know the guys that are playing ahead of us, but I think
John.
Josh,
yeah,
Josh James and
Josh
Chad.
James and Chad Shatford, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's right. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, Josh James and Chad Shatford.
I'm sorry, I have
No.
to interrupt. One thing I wanted to talk to you about too was some of your like musical inspiration, because the thing I like is you and I like the same music.
Turns out, yeah. Turns out, yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of your musical inspirations like whenever you were getting into it and stuff? I'm assuming it was a lot of country influence.
Yeah, there's, as far as like my music preference. There's man, I'm pretty flexible on it. There's a lot of different genres. There's a lot of different tunes. It's just cool. It sounds cool and it grooves you. Then it's cool. Like Turnpike Troubadours, those guys. One song there. Like I listen to them, and I've heard a lot of groups and people that I've really never heard of. So on top of all the regular ones, but yeah, so just
You like variety, huh?
There's a lot of different options out there. Try to pick just one, I'm going, well, that wouldn't work because it came from a combination of different things.
Yeah. So is that how it's always, so whenever you first started playing, is that kind of how it was? You just played everything?
Remember how we was talking about, we learned these little licks,
licks
of that song,
Yeah.
All right, well, sometimes you could find a way to combo all them in there, change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, you just made a song. For real.
Nice.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way. Like, man, I just take this and this. Yeah.
Right, me neither, until it actually happened. I'm going, hey, dude, this is cool.
Yeah. So did you write your first song at 16, or was it a few years before you started writing your own stuff?
It was a few years before I started writing my own stuff. I think I started getting into my writing probably when I was, I want to say about 18, 19.
Nice. So did anybody else in the family write, or were you kind of the first one to do your own?
My mom wrote songs. My dad, not really. They'd write their own music. My parents have done it, but I don't know if my grandma's done it. And then, there's been a few that done it, but they never really did anything with them. Anywhere. My mom played a lot in church. She still does, and well, that's one of the places that I, kind of picked up and got more fluent. Growing up in that Pentecostal church, and my Sunday school teacher, he was always up there playing the guitar and stuff because they were part of the band. He'd get me up there with him and play and shit. So there was a lot of that.
Nice. So there was just a lot of music all around you all the time.
Right. It's been everywhere. It's completely surrounded by you. You really don't never think that much into it till you sit there and start talking about it. I'm going, man, that's pretty wild. Yeah, I was covered around it.
Yeah, always been there.
Yeah. So the influences they all came from a whole bunch of different deals. Like even a lot of the gospel church music, especially that down Southern Baptist Pentecostal stuff, that fits along with like the blues and stuff like that. Like some really get with it tunes. Yeah.
That's what's funny. I listen to it. So, like I said, we listen to a lot of the same music, I'm assuming. So, I like a lot of Old Crow Medicine Show, stuff like that.
Yeah,
a lot of Dead South, stuff like that. And it's funny because I'm not a super religious person, but all of those songs are about God, and so I'm like, man, this is just good music.
Right. Right.
And it's funny because we first got together, and Tiffany's like, "You're not really that religious." I'm like, "I know. I just love the sound. The sound is just
good music."
Yeah.
Yeah, they do got some pretty good songs. I've heard some of them songs. Yeah.
I was also slightly worried because his other favorite taste in music is songs about murdering and burying your wife. So
Well, those
that was a
bands
bit of a
also
red
have
flag. I was like, why is this like song number 5 in a row about killing somebody?
Just your wife. That's usually who
just
they're
your
talking
wife.
about.
Not just anybody.
All those bands sing songs about killing your wife and then repenting for it.
It's true. I was getting worried.
Yeah. Man, now that you mention that, there are a lot of those songs. They're just good songs. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I can't help it. I like what I like. I do feel like there's I like a lot of the kind of red dirt country, I guess is what you call it.
Yeah. I got a wide variety of different country music and stuff, and a lot of alternative, and the old rock and stuff like that. That's where most of my stuff centers from. A lot of this newer stuff is sometimes it's a combination of a couple.
Oh,
of them.
Yeah. That's something I like about Real Noise. I like that you guys do such a variety.
Yeah, there's a lot of different songs in that playlist, ain't they? We're jumping all over the board.
Yeah.
And I like that you guys do like your own spin on some things too. That's really cool.
Yeah, we decided we wanted to kind of twist it up, kind of like jam it out a bit, make it sound a little different, put a little more drive to it. That comes from Mike, he wants to put the drive in the song, make them sound super cool. But Yeah, so we just start aiming that direction, and it's actually been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been
How
a
do
lot
you all
of fun.
choose your songs? Someone just be like, hey, I
We
want to
just-
do this one?
We'd just be sitting there, goofing off, jamming around, or, a song would come up, and we'd just play around with it. Like, can we do it? Well, let's try it, Somebody will think one up, right in the middle, we're just jamming out, and we just hit it, try, and sometimes we get them. Sometimes we just park them over here to the side, and, save it for maybe we might poke on that later kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, we're waiting for the day that Real Noise comes on the damn show. We have been talking to you guys.
We got part of it, though.
He's like, I'm here right now.
I
These
know,
other motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. This is your time. We'll talk about Real Noise.
You guys hear us out there. I know
When the
y'all
rest
are
of
watching
you come
this.
on.
Well, we had Tom a long while back before.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely did.
Before
Yeah, a
Real
year
Noise.
ago, probably today.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
A year ago today.
Oh, yeah. It probably was pretty
about like a year
close
ago
to-
today.
It probably was pretty close to. That's funny.
How crazy.
So you've done a lot of music kind of on your own. I've seen you play a lot of kind
Yeah.
of solo sets and stuff like that. And now you're with the band. Which do you prefer? Do you still like doing the
You
alone
can't
stuff?
ask somebody.
Yeah, you
I
can.
like them both.
I mean, I'm sure there are different things you like about each part of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm still gonna, play and, perform and do, my songs, because that's just something that I already do. But then, you got a whole bunch of friends at band, that play behind you. They chime in on those same songs too, so that makes it even cooler.
Yeah.
And then I get we get all these other songs we get to do. I get to boost my vocabulary of songs up and stuff.
Yeah.
So it helps me to learn more. Like there's some songs like I've never heard before, and I'm like, well, we're gonna play that.
I guess I'm going to learn that.
Like, I've never heard that song before. I'm like, well, I have now.
And I'm sure that inspires you
It
a bit in
does.
your own music and your own writing.
Right, and it does, because there's it's more practice. You got more different chord formats, more different rhythms and tunes and stuff, that you can use and incorporate. And it's music is a big puzzle. It can go, all kinds of places everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's creative.
So the thing I think's cool about you too is like you do your own solo thing and then you have the band thing, but also you pretty much I've seen you jam with so many different people. So like down at the rehab thing, I saw you playing with Frank and Gabe for a little while. It's like that's something cool. So I bet that's probably exciting too. And so now that you're playing with more and more people, do you ever see you starting more than one band? Because everybody we talk to is in like 3 or 4 bands.
For now, no. I mean, I'm not trying to. I'm not really wanting to go that direction. I just rather stick with the group that I got. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Nice.
We're a pretty close set of friends. I kind of like the groove and everything that's going
Yeah.
on.
And it's a blast.
Yes, it's a blast. It's fun. I mean, it's always a blast. It's fun. I absolutely love it. And then I could still go out and play my
Oh,
own
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
By myself and all my little solo acts. And like when me and Gabe and Frank played, I can always come in and join me and make that little small deal. A
Yeah.
lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
yeah, there's plenty of options out there like that. I'm just gonna stick with the one group of friends that I got. That's enough to think about. Yeah, it's working out pretty good.
Yeah. That's the thing. I love what you guys are doing. And like I said, it's cool because we were friends with each of you outside of that, and then seeing you guys all form together and grow and like learn more and more. I'm like, man, this is it's cool because like we got to be there for your first performance. It's like we were so excited for everybody.
It was
So.
super awesome. I am super excited about everything that's coming up for you in Real Noise and as your solo artist as well. But I would love to hear you in the stairwell. So I think
We can do
maybe, yeah, let's do that. But before we go, do you have any place people can find you on social media?
Just on my Facebook page. It's it's just Joshua Eli Smith on there. That's all you gotta look up on Facebook.
Yeah.
I've got I've been trying to build a little portfolio deal with like all my people record me playing and doing
Yeah.
all that. using that to build, for videos to people to get on there and look and watch and listen or whatnot.
Right on.
I still got a lot of work to do to that, but yes, you can get on there. You can find me on Facebook and
Nice.
stuff, and you can hear some of the performances unless you didn't make it to the show.
Yeah, awesome.
And
So
of
if
course, like and follow Real Noise, and you'll find them there too.
You'll find us there
Yeah.
too.
True story.
Yeah,
So if people want to book you as a solo act, would that be where they would find you? With
yeah.
that?
They just pull
Okay.
me up on my page. Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah,
Cool.
sure enough.
Everybody, this is Tippy. And this is Joe. And you're listening to The Tippy Joe Show. Sponsored by BetterHelp.com/thebarn.
If